Okay, so you shall start now. Okay, so what is Azure Databricks? Yes, guys, Azure Databricks is a service. Am I right? Just we'll brush it up once and we'll move further. Okay, Azure Databricks is a service provided by Microsoft to perform the process and a job of ETL. Yes, guys, everyone, or ELT. That is extraction, transformation, and loading, and extraction, loading, and transformation. Okay, these are the two techniques. Whereas ETL stands for, ETL stands for extraction, transformation, and loading. Extraction, transformation, and loading. What is this? This is a process where the data summarization takes place, and the summarized data is used for what? Decision making purpose. Decision making. The summarized data is always used for what? Decision making. So as a data engineer or as a Azure data engineer, we are going to work on this particular data summarization process. Okay, rather than working on the decision making. The decision making is a further process we have. Okay, anyways, we can also perform using the Azure the decision making, for which we have a specialized the thing called machine learning is there, and then we have the artificial intelligence is there, and then we have even the there is a separate service called Power BI is also here in Azure itself. Okay, Power BI, we can use it and report the data. That's okay. Anyways, so this is the extraction, transformation, and loading is the process of data summarization. Whereas this process of extraction, transformation, and loading requires what is that? Source. What is my source? Source, and the next one it requires as the target. Yes, guys, source and the target. Whereas, what do you mean by source? The source is nothing but actually, source of data. Am I right? Source of data. Source is nothing but what? The source of data. The place from where, or the place from where we get the data is called as what? Source of data. And we get the source of data. Yes, guys, we get the source of data, or we get the data from the following sources. That is nothing but called what? Files. Okay, that is nothing but called as what? Files. Okay, files, we get the data. Here's my point. And whatever files we can have, guys, can you tell me? CSV files, and then we have what? Excel files, and then we have what? Next, text files, and then next one, what is it? We can have JSON files, JavaScript object notation files. Getting my point? JSON stands for what? JavaScript object notation. Okay, then we can have what is that? JSON files. Okay, then we have what is that? JSON files, Avro files. Okay, and then we have ORC, optimized row columnar. Okay, files, and then we can have Parquet files. These are the various type of files from where we get the data. Getting my point? These are the various files from where we get the data. Okay, guys. Okay, that's it, guys. Now, apart from this, we can also find the data. We can also get the data from the databases. Okay, from the databases. Okay, what are the databases you can have? Yes, guys, we can have the database called as what? Oracle. Then we can have DB2. Okay, then we can have Sybase. Then we can have Teradata. Then we can have SQL database. Various databases you can get the data. So this is also one of the major source where we can get the data, from where we can get the data. But now guys, there is a small, I think I would explain you. Basically, what is the basic difference? Because even in the database, the data is recorded in the form of what? Tabular format. That is the form of rows and columns. Am I right, everyone? Then what is the need? And even the data in the that is a CSV file or Excel file is recorded in the form of rows and columns. Then what is the need of, guys, everyone, what is the need of using the database? There are three reasons. The first one is the security. You'll have more secure data stored more securely in the database, and then rather than comparatively with the files, you can store a very large amount of data in the database rather than a single file you have it. And then we can have the retrieval reason in the sense, suppose you wanted to get salaries list, you want to get it less than 75,000, salaries list less than 75,000. This kind of thing is called as what? Query. Okay, this is called as query solving. So the query solving is made easier in the databases rather than from the file. Getting my point? These are the three things why we use it. Apart from these two sources, we can also get the data from what's it? Live streaming. What is my live streaming data? Yes, guys, live streaming data. Yes, guys, we'll be getting the stock market. We'll be getting the stock market data that is called as a live streaming data. And okay, even we get the data that is suppose we all watch the match the scores and all, that is called as also a live streaming. Nowadays, now okay, today we are getting some poll results, that is also what? Live streaming. Am I right or not? These are all called as what? Live streaming. So these are the major three sources of getting the data. Now guys, this data is fine. Now I wanted to discuss the types of data. Yes, guys, the types of data. Now tell me how many types of data you can have it. Tell me, guys, please. How many type of data you can have it? We can have the first type of data, that is called as structured data. Everyone is following or not? Please come out, all of you.
Yes.
Structured data. What is structured data? Structured data is a data where the data is recorded in the form of a table or a proper structure. Okay, the table is a collection of what, guys? Tell me now. Rows and columns. The data is the table is a collection of rows and columns. So whenever the data is put in the proper form of rows and columns, this is called a structured data. For example, name, ID number, salary, then we have a job. Okay, guys. Then salary, job, department number. This is all called as what is that? Can you see it? The salary, the name of the employee is something Elon, and this is the ID number, and the salary is 23,000, something like this, and the job is clerk, and the department number is 10. And then we have Bobby, 21, 34,000. Then you have senior clerk, department number is 20. Likewise, you have Carol, and then you have what that? Software engineer, department number is 30. Likewise, can you see it? Yes, guys. This is called as what? Yeah, you're not able to hear my voice. Somebody? Yeah, guys, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now this is nothing but the structured data. This is called as what? Structured data. The data put in the proper form of rows and columns is called as what is it? Structured data. It is called as what? Structured data. Now, guys, when it comes to this next type, what are the other type of data we can have? That means the data, whatever we are getting it from these sources, it can be the following. What is the types? Structure. It can, we can get the data in what? Structured format. And the second one is what? Semi-structured. Semi-structured. Or one way semi-structured. The semi-structured data is nothing but the data which is recorded in the form of JSON or XML, etc. This is called as what? These are called as what? Semi-structured data. So now, how the JSON file looks like? I'll show you. Suppose the same row, if you wanted to write it, the same table, if you wanted to write it in a JSON format, how does it looks like? Let us see. In the JSON format, the data is represented in the form of curly braces. These are called as curly braces or the key value pair. Suppose you want to write the first row here. So use name, and name will be given here under the single quotes. Then you can use what is that? Name is what is that? Alan. That's it. Then you have a comma. Next, what is that next one you have it? Can you tell me, guys? ID. So ID here, can you see? The ID is also put here. Then next one is, this is the thing we have it colon. And then when you have a numeric data, the data will be written normally without the quotes, double quotes or single quotes. Then we have what is that? The third row, I'm writing it. Yes, everyone. The third row, I'm writing it as what? Salary. Then we have the salary as what? 23,000. Numeric will be written normally. And then we have what is that? Everyone. Job. Job. When you have a job here, it will be written here as clerk. That's it. So every line, comma. Here also comma. Next, after this, what is it you have it? Tell me now, guys. Here you have what is the department number. Then is the department number. That's it, guys. This is how the data is written in the JSON format, which is not a fully structured, but not a unstructured also. At the same time, this is called as what? Semi-structured data. Yeah, guys, all of you okay? Clear? This kind of data is called as what? Semi-structured. So Annapurna is not able to hear me. So all of you is able to hear me, guys? Guys, am I audible to all of you?
Yeah, now you are audible to me.
Okay. Now next one. This is called as a semi-structured data in the JSON. Now, guys, let us see how the data will be recorded. Okay, in the XML file. So let us give the table name here. I'm giving the table name as employees, something like this. Okay. The table name is employees. And now, guys, if at all I wanted to write the data in the XML format, the data will be recorded in the form of tags. These are called as tags, guys. So employees, this will become the row tag. This will become what? Row tag. Now, guys, next one. What is the first row you have it? Name. That's it. What is the value of the name? Alan. Now, guys, close the tag. The name is the opening tag, then value of the name, and then you have a closing tag. Closing means what? We have to use a slash. That's it. Then you have what is the next one? Use it the second one. Everyone. And next, what do you have it? ID. What is the value of ID? Yes, guys, 12 is the value of ID. And now, sorry, now use it here, ID, close it. There will be no commas here, guys, in the tags. Okay, in the that is in the XML file. Next, after this, you have the third, that is the tag, that is called as a salary tag, and you have the 23,000 as a salary. Now closing tag, sal, use a tag here. Next one, what's the tag you have it? Job. The job here you have it as what? Clerk. Closing tag, closing job tag. Guys, this one is a
Can
highly
you hear
case
what
sensitive.
I am talking about?
Huh? Yes, please tell me. This is how I'm showing you the XML file, how the data is written. This is nothing but the above one what I showed you. This is the JSON file now. And now I'm using it here, the XML file. That is nothing but this is called a semi-structured file. Semi-structured, where you don't have the structured data. This is called as a structured data. Structured data means what? Proper in the form of rows and columns. And all these data, why I'm explaining you, because you get the data from the source. Because source for the process of that is nothing but ETL, we require what is it? A source and a target here. For the process of what? ETL, we require what is it? Source and a target. ETL. For the process of ETL, we require the source and the target. And source can be, we can get the data from the source in the following formats. What is that? Files, databases, and live streaming. So I'm explaining about you the files. And this type of data, whatever you get it here, it can be of the following types. What is that? The structured file, the structured data, which can be in the form of what? Proper rows and columns. And then you have semi-structured. Semi-structured means what? You will have two things. What is that? Not only two, many more. According to our example, I'm just taking two: JSON and the XML. And XML here, the JSON data is written like this, and in the Excel, the data is written in this format. So, guys, finally, job is done. What is the next thing you have it? Tell me now. Department number. Close it. What's the value of the department number? 30. Sorry, is 10. Close the tag here. Department number. D is capital there. Use a D capital here also. Don't use a small, because this is a highly case sensitive. Okay, guys, that's it. Now the row tag is closed. Now, guys, the entire tag is closed. Now, finally, you have to close the row tag. This is called as a row tag. So for this, use a slash. That's it. It is closed now. So this kind of data is called as what? XML data recorded. XML data here in the semi-structured format. XML data in the semi-structured format. And now, guys, the structured we have done, semi-structured we have done, and the third one we have it as, what is that? Yes, guys, it is called as unstructured. Unstructured data. Now, guys, what do you mean unstructured data? Yes, can you tell me? What do you mean unstructured data, guys? The unstructured data is a data where you will not have any structure. There will be no structure for this data. Okay. All the photographs which you can find in your mobile phone, all the videos, chat histories, and okay, voice notes, all these comes under what? Unstructured data. Whereas across the globe, you will get 80%. Guys, yes, you will be getting what's it? 80% of the data you will get as what? Unstructured only. 80% of the data, 80% of the business data, you will get it in what? Unstructured format only. And whereas among 20%, you will have the structured and semi-structured. Getting my point? Structured and semi-structured will be only 20%. 80% of the data will be what? Unstructured. The data will be what? Unstructured. That is images, photos. Okay, images. Then we have what's that? voice notes, chat histories, all this is called as what? Unstructured data. Now guys, all this data, whatever you're getting it, these are the three type of data we have it. And we get it, this data from all these sources. But whereas, how the data will be recorded into files, from where? Ultimately from the business only, no? From the business, guys, from the business, you will get the files. From the business, you will get the database. And from the business, you will get the live streaming data. Am I right, everyone? Yes, guys, please, everyone. Yes. So whereas ultimately, yes, guys, ultimately we get the data from what? Ultimately, yeah. Can everyone is able to hear me? My voice is clear for everyone or not? Yes, guys, tell me, I'm audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay. So now, okay, might be the network issue from your end. Someone messaged me, no? So might be the network issue. Okay. So now, guys, okay. So now this is nothing but the type of data we have it. Now, this structured, semi-structured, and unstructured data. All this is called as what? All these all are called as what? Yes, guys, ultimately big data. So what do you mean big data, guys? Big data. What do you mean big data? Big data is nothing but, can you see here? Big means what? Guys, big means what? Huge, massive. Am I right? Data means what, guys? Data means what? Information. Huge information. What is that? Huge information is called as what? Huge information is called as big data. That is massive amount of data. Okay. Massive amount of data is called as what? Big data. Massive amount of data is called as what? Yes, guys, it is called as what? Big data. It is called as what? Big data. A massive amount of data is called as what? Big data. That is the huge data. Am I right, everyone? Now, guys, now the massive amount of data or a huge data is called as big data. Now, what are the sources of getting this big data? Yes, the following are the sources. What are the sources? The sources are, first one, we can get the big data from the social networking sites. So now, guys, tell me, what do you mean social networking sites? Yes, guys, please respond, everyone. What do you mean social networking sites?
Like Facebook and WhatsApp.
Yes, Facebook, and then you have what? WhatsApp, Twitter, Instagram, etc. These are all called as what? Social networking sites. All these social networking sites generate a massive amount of data, and that data basically is categorized into three of it. What is it? It can be structured, semi-structured, or, yes, guys, unstructured. Am I right? Now, what is the other source of getting the big data? And now, guys, machine generated data. What is machine generated data, guys? The data which is generated by a machine. For example, the data which is generated by a machine. For example, guys, everyone, the data which is generated by a machine is called as what? That is nothing but, it is called as what? Machine generated data. Such as, you have a, guys, CT scan machine is there. CT scan machine. Okay. And then we have a ECG machine is there. Okay. So all of you must be aware of it. Even these machines generate a very massive amount of data. Very massive amount of data. Getting my point? So that is nothing but called as what? The machine generated data. Apart from this, guys, apart from the machine generated data, we can also get the data which is nothing but human generated data. Human generated data means what? The data which is generated by you and me, okay, for personal purpose or whatever it may be. So this is called as what? Human generated data. This is called as what? Human generated data. Okay, social networking site and machine generated data and human generated data. So these three can be again categorized into three categories. What are the types of data? They can generate the semi-structured, structured, or unstructured, any kind of data it can be. Okay, the next one is we can get the data from the banking applications. We can get the data from what? Banking applications. We can get the data from what? Banking applications. The data which is generated, okay, that is nothing but from the banking applications. We can also get the data that is called as what? Banking applications. So banking applications can also is also considered as the source of generating the big data. They can generate the data in what? Structured or semi-structured or unstructured, whatever the format we have it. That is called as what? Banking applications. And apart from this, guys, we can also get the data from what? IoT sensors. Internet of Things. By Internet of Things, yes, guys, these are the sensors which generates a massive amount of data, and these sensors are used to measure wind speed, pressure, gas, temperature, etc. These are all called as what? IoT sensors. These sensors are connected to the respective computers, and the computer generates the data automatically. So hence, this is nothing but the IoT sensors. So for example, guys, when you travel somewhere, you'll get the villages, okay, on the route. So whereas in the villages, all of you, before entering the villages, you will find a very big fans, table fans, rotating very slowly. A big fan, very big, rotating very slowly. A table fan like structure, rotating very slowly. What does it measures? Can anyone tell me? Yes, guys. Yes, did you get my question or not? My question is that whenever you travel somewhere, in the outskirts of the city, you will find one big, fans, a table fans type of thing, rotating very slowly. It will is installed there and it rotates very slowly. What does that measures? That measures the wind speed. Am I right or not? Okay. That fans are connected to the respective computers, and the computer records the data and that data can be semi-structured or unstructured, whatever the form. Now, as a data engineer, it is our job, guys, it is our job to convert this sorry, to convert this unstructured data, semi-structured data, or the structured data into proper format and get the data into this and get the data into this. What is that? Get the data into what is that? ADB, or we can say ADB. That is ADB is nothing but what? The service you have it. And whereas before the data is used by the ADB, the data is loaded into the Azure storages. Azure storages. So from here, the data will be loaded into what? Azure storages. So what type of data and Azure storages can hold? Then Azure storages can hold, yeah, semi-structured data, structured data, and what is that? Unstructured data. Any of the three data, any of the three types, you can store it into the Azure storages. Yes, everyone is clear now? Yes, ma. Am I audible? Please, guys, respond.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you are.
Yeah. So now, guys, okay. Now let us see the Azure storages, or we can say storages in Azure. Storages in Azure. So guys, the storages in Azure, the following are the storages in Azure we have it. What is that? The first type of storage in Azure, that is called as Azure Blob Storage, where blob stands for what? Binary large object. Where blob stands for what? Binary large object. And whereas this binary large object can store any kind of data, whether it is a structured, semi-structured, or unstructured, any kind of data you have it, you can store in Azure within the Azure blob storage. Within what is that? The blob storage. The next one is you have Azure Data Lake Gen 1. So what is Azure Data Lake Gen 1? Gen 1 is also a type of a storage, but now it's not in use because it's going to retire completely in 2024. Guys, it's going to retire completely on 2024. Okay, so hence the Azure Data Lake Gen 1, it is being migrated to Azure Data Lake Gen 2. And the Azure Data Lake Gen 2 can also store any kind of data. Okay, that is a structured or a semi-structured, whatever the type you have it, it can also store the data. But whereas most of the times, if you have unstructured data, the unstructured data is preferred to store in what is that? Azure Blob Storage only. If you have most of the times, the unstructured data, we store it in what? Blob Storage only. Okay, so whereas these are the storages, and again, apart from this, we can also have the storage in Azure that is called as what? Azure SQL database.
Hi, Soumya. So what is the difference between Gen 1 and Gen 2?
Gen 1 is nothing but the version difference and some storage difference you have it. So basically there's a generation 1 and there's a generation 2. Now, even now, if we try out also, we will not be able to create it. So hence, this is, we can just, leave it as it is. The additional features, what is added here is visualization features. The data which is specially used for visualization purpose will be stored into the generation 2. Okay, in the DFS format. In the DFS means what? Distributed file format. Distributed file format, that is called as what? Distributed file format. Such as, suppose you have 1000 rows are here. Suppose 1000 rows. Now these 1000 rows need to be split across different files, 4 different files equally. Now tell me, what is the amount of data provided to each file? My question is that there are 1000 rows, and these rows we got it from some business, and these required to be split and stored into 4 different files equally. So tell me, what is the amount of data will be transferred to each file?
250 each.
Yeah, so now guys, file A 250, then comma file B 250, then file C 250, comma file D 250. That's it, guys. So this is how the data is recorded. The same data you can split it. That is called as what? Distributed file system. DFS. The data is recorded into storages, mostly in the form of what? Distributed file system. And then we have what? Azure SQL database. That means what? The cloud-based database house. The cloud-based database. The cloud-based database. That is called as what? Azure SQL database. And here the data stored is what? Only structured data. Structured data. The data stored what? Only structured data can be stored here. Unstructured, we cannot store it. We have to convert that anyways. The structured data only we can store it here. Okay, guys. Next. What is it? You have it? Azure What is that? Azure, we have it as a Synapse. Analytics. Azure Synapse Analytics. This is here also the data is stored in the form of structured format only. Structured data, whereas this is called as a data warehouse. This is called as a data warehouse of Azure. This is called as what, guys? Data warehouse of Azure. Clear, everyone? This is called as what? Data warehouse of Azure. Okay, Azure data warehouse. What is the data warehouse of Amazon, guys? Can you tell me? Redshift. Redshift is the data warehouse of Amazon. What is the data warehouse of Google? Yes, guys. Any idea? BigQuery. BigQuery is the data warehouse of that is GCP, Google Cloud Platform. Now, apart from this, guys, apart from this, okay, we can have even Azure Elastic Pools, collection of multiple databases is called as Elastic Pool. Likewise, the Azure supports almost all, guys. Likewise, the Azure supports almost all 90 plus storages. 90 plus storages are provided to store the data in Azure. Getting my point, everyone? Okay, guys. So now, see, just brush it up once, and then I'll show you the practicals of this. Can you see here, guys? We have what is that? The Azure Databricks. It's a process or it's a service which is used for ETL, and ETL stands for extraction, transformation, and loading. It is a process which is used for what? Data summarization. And for this process, we require the source and the target. And the source is what is that you have it. Between the source and the target, we apply the ETL, that is extraction, transformation, and loading. And for this ETL, we require the data. Data, where we get it? We get it from the source of data. These are the sources of data we have it. And this data, whatever we get it, can be defined or can be categorized into three: structured, semi-structured, and another one is what? Unstructured. Is what is it? Unstructured. Whereas 80% of the data you'll get it unstructured only, and 20% you'll get it what? Semi-structured and structured. And big data. So whereas what is big data? The data, whatever you're getting from this, it is a big data only. So a massive amount of data, guys, a massive amount of data. The massive amount of data is called as what? Big data. So we can get the big data from what? All these sources. That means what we can say here is, guys, just a minute, all of you. I'm showing you in this diagram itself. You can see it. Business means what? Here only, this is the business. Getting my point? Social networking sites, these are the business. Get the files. Likewise, you can get the data here in this way. Okay, that's it. And now, once we get the data here, the data, this kind of data, need to be stored into the Azure storages. For that, we use the following storages. What are this? We have 90 plus storages provided in Azure to store the data. Now I will show you the storages. Guys, just open this. I'm sharing you. Now, guys, just have a look here. This is called as a portal.azure.com. This is called as what? Portal.azure.com. Can you see here? We can use it directly here. And once you are here, can you see here? You can just click on this more services. These are all the storages we have it. Can you see here? So storages. These all are the storages. These all are the storages. Clear now? Yes, guys, these all are called as what? Storages. We have 90 plus storages. You see here. Now, guys, how to start your Bricks session that I will show you. This is the thing you have it, portal.azure.com. Just do one thing. I'll show you how to reach this. Take a new tab and now give it here. Azure.com. This is the web page you have to log in. Azure.com. Can you see here? Azure.com. And once you're there onto this Azure.com, guys, everyone. Once you're there onto this Azure.com, just do one thing. Click on get started, or you can also use the try for free. Get started. Click on this. Now it says get started again. So click on this. As I've already signed up, it's getting me to the sign up page now. Else you will have to enter your mail ID, your password, everything you have to enter it. Once you have entered all these things, even the credit card details it will ask you. Even the credit card details it will ask you. Once you enter even the credit card details, then you can just click on the login. And once you click on the login, it will reroute you to this particular page. What is that? Portal.azure.com. It will reroute you to what? Portal.azure.com. So here we can start up. Can you see here you have bricks. That means this Azure and the storages are common, but we can use the Azure Databricks, ADB. We can use the Azure Data Factory, ADF. We can use anything. Same task we can do it with ADF and as well as the ADB. Clear, everyone? Yes, guys, I want an answer.
Yes, so there we need to pay something, right?
Yeah,
Pay as you
basically,
go?
yes, you need to pay in the sense you have to, for at the time of registering, you will have to enter a credit card details, and this credit card will charge you 2 rupees. And this is a free subscription given to you with 15,000 credits. Until the credits are exhausted, you can use that. So it will work maximum for 1 month. For ADB, it will not work more than 1 month. So 1 month to 45 days is the span you have it. So that you can use it. After this, you have to pay. You have to use the model called pay as you go model. Can you see it? You have to use the model called pay as you go model. I'll show you how the pay as you go model. Can you see it? Azure for free. Click on this. Pay as you go. Start free or pay as you go model. Start free or pay as you go model. Pay as you go model means the way you are using it, that much you have to charge. And as can you see here, my usage is very high because I'll be using the 11 hours a day for this. Okay, so this is the thing. Can you see here? This is my billing. For you guys, for practice purpose, they will not charge you more than 700 to 800 per month. Okay, likewise, this is my usage. You want to see my usage? Click on this. Guys, see here. This is the thing you have it. And how much last to build, all the things it's give you. Can you see here, guys? Service name, Azure Databricks, virtual machine, Azure Synapse, I have used it, virtual machine, storage, group names. Okay, These are all the billing details. You'll have it. The way you use it, that way you have to give it. Can you see? I'm billing on East US data center, and that's the reason they have charged me 3,230 for this month. Likewise, for you it will be very low, less and very low. Okay, guys. Subject to which you have to delete these things. I'll show you how to save your cost, how to make it cost efficient. I'll just show you. Don't worry. Okay, guys.
For both ADB and ADF, it will be charged, right?
For any cloud service you take, ADF or ADB, Amazon, Google Pay, Google Cloud Platform, everything this is charged because they have made this cloud on the cloud available to save it from the piracy, pirated versions, installation, and all those things. When you not install anything, you not do anything. Simply you need to have a credit card, login, and make it ready. Yes, guys, everyone is clear? Yes, guys, everyone is clear or not?
Yes, yes.
So this is how. So all of you try to take the subscription or start your service so that we start with the practicals from tomorrow. Okay, guys, that's it. So tomorrow, okay, again we'll meet at 11 o'clock only, guys. Make it 11 o'clock. That's fine. We'll make it 11 o'clock only. We'll meet tomorrow at 11 o'clock only, sharp 11. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, guys. Thank you. Thank you. I'm ending the class. Thank you, everyone.